So in this video, I'm gonna discuss to you the encapsulations and decapsulations. So first, we will identify what is encapsulation. So encapsulations is a process to hide or protects a process from the possibility of outside interface or misuse of the system while simplifying the use of the system itself. Also makes one type of network data packets to others data types. Encapsulation occurs when a protocol that is on the lower receives the data from the protocols that is higher layer, put the data into the data format that is understood by the protocols, access the internal systems, so arranged through the sets of interfaces with the encapsulations of data into identity. A simple example of encapsulations is the process of mail delivery. So if letters would be sent but without envelope, address, or and postage, the letter should not the letter should have an identity in order to get to the destination. While if does not have the the letters have that not have a letters will not have get the destinations. Envelopes with address and stamp the same as the data encapsulations. So encapsulation process varies in each layer. So first is the application layer. Initially, the data was made when starting the process of sending the data fell through the applications of layer 7. So our application level is layer 7. So responsible for exchange of information from the computers to the network. Basically, this is interface layer between network applications used by users. Can also be mentioned that this layer serves to define the request of the user. Then the data pass to the presentation layer, which is layer 6. So which layer is responsible determining whether he needs to do encryptions on of this request or the forms of transitional data. A process is complete. The next destination of informations, then the forwarded to the session layer. Proceed to the session layer of layer 5. Layer 5, when each these layers will check whether application requesting the informations and verify that the services and requests or the server and information will be passed down and added. Header each layer, however, the processing 5, 6, 7 sometimes is not necessary to headers of a new informations that need to be processed. So the second is data arrive at the transport. Will be this one, the transport layer, or so layer for ensuring that he already possess a proper connections with the server and start process by converting the information into form of segments. Error checking and merging data coming from the same applications done at this transport layer, and wholeness data guaranteed here as well of L4 PDU form of this process. So the next is segments is forwarded to the network layer. Here Here is segments received earlier and added network address for the stations to request and network address for the request server. Segments will be converted into packet, then networks layers makes network headers in which there are address network layer and placed to L4 PDU behind it and form L3 PDU. So then packet the packet and packet was passed to the data link layer 2. The package were arranged then and wrapped again to individual frames. One example, this process provides the MAC addresses of the destination and source MAC, which then use that information to make a trailer because a packet can be delivered via many devices and routers. This is where the role of MAC addresses in the packet sent between a routers and the others routers, then the transmitted to the media, all all the information added by each layer before an actual file request. So must fit into the of 64 to 1500 bytes of data fields in the internet frame. So the data link layer will is responsible for sending the frame. So sending the frame, this one, and then according to the topology, use L2PDU form in this process. So the last one, finally, the data arrived at the physical layer, layer 1. Information will be taken from the source to the destinations. Since the physical layer's frame is not known, he would pass that information into the form of bits. The additionals of headers does not occur in this layer. So, physical layers is associated with the hardware. Finally, the bits, they will synchronize and then convert the electrical signals into form of high and low voltage and then transmitted through the media. So we have an example of the cables of destinations. So it's a coordinates with the characteristics that determine the physical layer sequence of events which the bit stream moving through the physical medium. So at each layers there's a LXPDU of which is formed from bytes to header trailer on the data. PDU is a process of each layer of the ISI models. At each layer also form new formations. The layer 2 PDU including the headers, the trailers is called the frame formations. In the third layers is called the packet, while in layer 4 are called segments. So after the encapsulation process and then sent to the server, so it is sent to the server, will perform the process in reverse. So if from the physical layer application layers, this process called decapsulation. So decapsulations, and if the encapsulations perform packaging, then decapsulation will perform opening sheds was through his layer. So decapsulations process is used for inverse the encapsulation process. So encapsulation is the process of wrapping the data, while the encapsulation process is opening the packs. So the process was reversed to the encapsulations and the process encapsulations. The process starts from the uppermost layer and then the application layer to the lowest of physical layer. So while the discapsulation process starts from the lower layer of physicals to the uppermost of application layer. So this is all about in the encapsulation and decapsulation process, and that's all. Thank you.